Hey, bro, don't forget, it ain't the first 48, bro. It's 60 minutes, bro.
Come with the kid. You best not miss. Even the score now. We need to score now. Back on that wall when you hear that call, you know it's going down. We play from beginning to ending, you know how we finish. Turn to the bank, gotta handle our business. We need the ball, so it's time to go get it. Play with your heart when you hit, make like, who you with? You know I'm with. You come to the bank and get out of line, we sending a blitz. Say who you with? You know I'm with. That purple and black, and when we attack, you know what it is.
You're now locked in Zone 32.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. Episode 95. First shout out Tavius Robinson, the Rook doing his big thing. But this is the Double J episode. Jarret Johnson, the man, the myth, the legend, fucking holding it down, setting the edge in the run game. We just happened to leave a year too early before we won our second bowl. That's shitty, but that's another story. We got a full crew in the building tonight. My name is Jake. His name is Rue. His name is Will. His name is VD, aka Visionless Dave, aka Venereal Disease, aka Trippy. Not aka Trippy. His name is Trippy. His name is motherfucking Grant. And this is a man I never met until right now. His name is Lil Key. Say what's up to the people.
What's good, man?
Hey, and we have to point out the permanent intro for Zone 32, Lil Key.
Motherfuckers spin that hot fire and shit. You know what it is.
Who you with, man? That's love.
Yep.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
And Max will link it in the description, I'm sure. We don't ask much out of Max, but I'm sure he can do that.
Of course.
Yeah. The man behind the glass that'll eventually edit this someday. But anyway, enough with the semantics. We got a game to review and the AFC Championship game to preview. But first, let's do the review, man. The Ravens hosted the motherfucking Houston Texans. Where people were like, the Texans aren't the same team they were week one. CJ Stroud's that dude. He's rookie of the year. Fucking D'Amico Ryans, coach of the year. And they played a good half. And then the second half came about.
Did they, though?
Hey, the score was 10-10 at halftime, so it was good enough for that. But that's neither here nor there. The second half, the Ravens scored 24 unanswered points to whoop that fucking ass 34-10.
Yes,
I got too many people in here for me to break it down. So you know what? Drew, go on. You know what to do.
Winning a playoff game by 24 points is pretty good. It was that punt return kind of sucked. And that was really the only, and the fact that it was like negative 10 degrees. Those are really my two gripes. Bathroom lines were too long at M&T too. Like if you're going to go take a piss, just fucking pee and get out of the bathroom. Get the fuck out of my way. I got a game to watch. I was buying like 3 beers at a time because apparently they don't enforce the 2 beers per person thing at M&T either. And they were like slushies by the time I was drinking it. And we gave a punt return. That's about it. That's about my gripes for the game. I mean, we, first half didn't look great. Offensive line was, kind of getting bullied around a little bit. Really couldn't get anything going on offense. Defense did its job. And then second half started and Lamar just kind of took over and we kicked the fuck out of him. I mean, 24 unanswered. Yeah, Texans fans crying in the stadium. It was fucking awesome. Playoff wins are awesome. Winning by 24 points where there's like no doubt. There was a point in the game where I picked 31-17 as the final score, and I was hoping the Ravens didn't score and gave up a touchdown so that I could be correct on the final score. Like that's how much we had that game in hand in the second half. Like never a doubt. We kicked the fuck out of them in the second half. Roquan was everywhere. PQ was everywhere. Kyle Hamilton had a great game. I mean, fucking Lamar dominated on offense. It was just exactly what you wanted to see out of the Ravens. A very comfortable, easy home, playoff win, and hopefully some momentum going into this week against the Chiefs.
Yeah. They did not have a good first half, the Texans. They had a lucky punt return touchdown. The narrative of they're not the same team that they were the first week. I would argue they had a better week one than they had playoff.
They played us for 8 quarters and their offense did not score a single touchdown. So right. They're the exact same
touchdown. No touchdowns.
Right. They were actually more productive in week one. They scored 3 times in week one and they scored 2 times in the playoff game. Now they put up more points in the playoff game, but they had a lucky special teams touchdown. They did not get past our 28-yard line in the playoff game. So it wasn't even that they got inside the red zone. They didn't get past our 28-yard line. That's dominance. So our defense just imposed their will. Lamar Jackson dominated them. And then, the narrative was then Lamar only threw for 152 yards. He ran for 100 yards. He scored 4 touchdowns.
I couldn't take my hand out of my fucking glove for more than 30 seconds without not being able to feel my fucking fingers. I'm sure it's not easy to throw the ball. It was fucking cold. Like anybody who was there could tell you. Yeah, it was fucking freezing. Like that's not conducive environment to throw the ball.
Well, and it was nothing you could do about that either. Like nothing.
Yeah.
It was completely freezing.
And
I had to drink.
He didn't.
That was the only way to get around it.
Why is it a criticism that he didn't throw for more than 152 yards? They won by 24 points. There's no reason to throw for more than 152 yards when you win by 24. There's no need. There's no award for throwing for more yards than you have to. Like if you throw for 300 yards and you win by 7, what the fuck is the point?
Because
he made history too. I mean, first ever quarterback to throw for over 100 and rush over 100. That's history right there.
Right.
So,
4 total touchdowns. I mean, punch it in every time we were in the red zone. Like if Lamar threw for 500 yards a game and 5 touchdowns, people would be like, oh, it's because they boxed the run. Couldn't run the ball anymore. Oh, is Lamar washed and can't run.
Well,
like,
and
people will always find a reason to fucking shit on him.
You want to talk about, and people shit on him for the Titans game in 2019, where he had 508 yards of offense, and I think he ran for, what did he run for?
120, I think
120, and he threw for he ran for 3, or he threw for 368 or something like that. So there's the narrative is stupid. Like this, it's just people coming up with bullshit to talk about him because they can't wrap their mind around this guy and the way he plays people.
I mean, look at the way people are talking about Josh Allen after a loss.
Right.
They're sitting here like, oh, he played his heart out and blah blah. Meanwhile, he lost, scored 1 less touchdown than Lamar. So. At some point we just gotta be like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, well, and CJ Stroud in a loss where he scored 0 touchdowns, his team got their asses kicked. The narrative around him is, man, what a great guy. He's talking about God and this and that, and he's a great teammate and a leader and everything else.
Which is all fair.
And all that is true. All of that is true. And I am the biggest Texans fan who isn't a Texans fan. I was the bandwagon leader of the Texans. I called everything that happened with this team all year. They're great. They're going to be great for many years to come. But it's so stupid the way people shit on Lamar Jackson year after year, no matter what he does, and they prop guys up who fail. That's just it drives me fucking crazy.
It's the Bill Polians of the world who, before the draft, said Lamar was never going to make it as a quarterback. And so he should switch to a wide receiver or running back. And it's always one of those morons takes that somebody's parroting when they start talking about, oh, well, Lamar's never won the big one. I had somebody tell me that Jalen Hurts was a better quarterback because he sat on the bench in the second half of a national title game.
Right.
And like that was his logic, was that he's like, oh, where Jalen Hurts goes, they win. He won a national championship in college. So he's a better quarterback.
They look horrible this year.
Yeah.
Well, and Drew,
a team that started off 10-1 to look the way that they looked at the end of the season was horrible.
Horrible.
Totally fell apart. I mean, they're talking about
both
now
the coordinators.
He's too, stoic and unengaged and isn't an emotional leader. And meanwhile, you get those clips after the game of, they asked Lamar what changed at halftime, and he's like, I fucking said something, and I got in people's faces. And there were other teammates that backed that up. They said Lamar doesn't talk often, but when he does, you got to fucking listen. And they listened and went out and kicked the fuck out of him in the second half. So,
Drew, to be clear, he didn't sit on the bench. He got benched in that game. And remember what I said about him coming out of college?
If you put an elite supporting cast around Jalen Hurts, he's a fine quarterback. You can win with him.
What I've always said about Jalen Hurts is I have since backed off of this take about him because he proved me wrong last year because he went to the Super Bowl. But I've always thought about him until last year. He was never the best quarterback on his own team. That's how I always felt about him. Because he's always been replaced by someone on his own team. And then this year, I guess he is he was best quarterback on his own team because he didn't get
could Gardner Minshew have taken that Philadelphia Eagles team to the Super Bowl? Also, maybe. What's with this new shit in society where making a Super Bowl fucking matters?
Right.
Nobody cares if you make the fucking Super Bowl and lose. if the Ravens make the Super Bowl and lose, I'm going to be fucking pissed off. It's not fun. I had somebody try to tell me that it was like, it's more fun to make a Super Bowl than have your quarterback win MVP. And I'm like, neither of them matter. Like, I want to watch them win a Super Bowl. He's like, oh, you get to participate in media week and watch all the lead up. Who the fuck cares if it doesn't end in a win? What kind of fucking loser
shit? Who gives a fuck about media?
Yeah, what kind of loser shit is this fucking,
It's like a Bengals to be the fucking, want to be the Vikings of the 70s, the Bills, going 4 straight, losing all 4. What the fuck are we doing?
By the way, Lamar had 143 rushing yards that Titans game.
Okay, 143 and 368. Was I right on that?
365 throwing,
yeah.
And offensively, we put up 12 points.
My question is, what I don't understand is why, when we comparing quarterbacks, why is Lamar labeled a running back? And when Josh Allen does it and Jalen Hurts does it, it's greatness. They're a dual threat.
Yep.
What's the difference?
No, I agree. 100%.
Lamar's better at running the ball than them, so apparently, like that.
Exactly.
That's a knock on him. It makes no sense.
I call Lamar a combo back because he could do everything.
Yeah, and and like VD and Mahomes is a very mobile guy. He runs, he picks up first downs, and another guy, Brock Purdy, will run the ball and pick up first downs. But you're never going to call him a running quarterback, right? But they are running quarterbacks. They routinely pick up first downs and will take off with the ball. Now,
you got obviously, those quarterbacks rushing for 60 and 70 yards almost every week.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he is. I was having this. I don't even know if argument is the right word with like real life friends, and somebody said Mahomes is like the best quarterback of this generation. We had the whole Brady versus Mahomes debate, and first 6 years, really the only difference is that Mahomes has a ton more personal hardware, but Brady got one more ring. Fine. And we were having a discussion of, would you rather have Lamar or Mahomes if you're starting a team? And it's a legitimate tough call because I would say Mahomes is the better quarterback, in terms of, arm strength, arm talent, just pure passing. But like what Lamar does to an opposing defense and the way that you have to, game plan against him and try to contain him, take away those running lanes. You always have to have an extra defender that you're not really rushing the passer with and not really covering anybody with, but, just kind of solely locked in on Lamar. Like that causes havoc. And it's fucking wild that when you have a top 5 quarterback discussion, it should be, Mahomes is the clear number 1. He is the only guy that has multiple Super Bowls and multiple MVPs right now in the league. And then Lamar should be right underneath him. He's your number 2. And then you can start talking about, like Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, all these guys who are Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, or whoever the fuck you want to put below them. Like they're that next tier down. But it's Lamar and Mahomes are 1 and 2. There should be no debate for that.
Agreed.
So, and here's the thing with me with the whole Lamar debacle is the 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. You could, if you try to diminish that with the conditions that were in that game, you clearly just don't know football and you're watching, you think you're playing Madden in a sense. But what Lamar does is more special than anything is he has the threat of his legs, but his ball placement is just bananas. Like if you look and they even talked about it a little bit on TV where he underthrew Likely and Likely said, throw it up. And they did that whole thing when he scored the touchdown. But if you looked at the ball placement on that throw, it wasn't that he threw it behind to him or he was doing whatever. He was back shouldering him to split the safety in the corner. That's fucking nuts. And it was on a dime. Like Drew said, you can't even feel your hands out there. It was that cold. And
there's a picture of Grant and I that Grant handed me 2 beers. I was holding them. I took my glove off because I thought I was going to drop them. And then Grant took a picture of us. And my hand's like fucking bright red because of how cold it was. And my head out of the glove for five seconds.
But he does it all the time. He does it with his arm angles. He does it with throwing off platform. He does it with resetting his feet and squaring his hips. He does it back shoulder over the top.
And he made that throw, Grant. He made that throw moving to his right. So he's made that throw throwing to his right. And where he placed that ball was not throwing to his right and moving the ball to his right. So like when you're moving to your right, throwing to your right isn't that hard of a throw, right? Because you're moving that way. He threw it to his right, up in the air, back across the field, and put it right where it needed to be on the defender's back shoulder where Isaiah Likely wanted it up in the air. I mean, like how many variables can you adjust to? Like there's only probably 2 or 3 guys in the league that make that throw.
Yes,
Mahomes,
that was a similar play from last year.
Yeah.
My bad, Grant. That was a similar play from last year from the Saints game.
Yeah.
And also, like
Mhm.
Grant
Yeah.
said, like I remember that play, right? And where I guess he threw it a little low. And I was saying to myself, like, bro, I just like their chemistry because basically Isaiah Likely saying, bro, just throw it up. Cause you know what I mean? I can get the ball, you feel me? Then that next drive or next play with it, like a couple plays later, he threw it up. Man, Isaiah Likely, man, that boy's special, man.
So
Yep.
I've been seeing this question fly around on Twitter, and I want to ask y'all to see what y'all think. If Andrews is healthy, what do you think? What do you think we should do? Like, of course, I think he should play, but how do you think
Oh,
we should
let, let,
factor
let
him
me
into
go,
the game
let me
with
go
the level
first.
that Likely is playing at right now?
I feel like if we use him, I feel like because I mean we don't know exactly how he gonna play like with full contact. I mean it is practice. They ain't really going, you know what I mean, 100%. But I feel like if we can have Mark in there, I feel like it'll help a little bit because it'll take like somebody gonna be left uncovered. You see what I'm saying? So I
Yep.
feel like
I would almost want to use Isaiah Likely as a bigger
wide
slot
receiver.
receiver at that point.
right,
Yeah.
yup, as a
That
slot,
he
yup.
that he takes snaps away from Rashad
Such
Bateman and
such a big
yeah.
mismatch.
Yeah.
It is, and one thing that we need to also look at too with that is we need to go 22 sets. So
Mhm.
we need put in Likely and Andrews, put in Ricard in the backfield, put in my man Dalvin Cook. Let him get his action. He looked
Well,
sparky on the one.
didn't you
For 20
didn't you
yards.
didn't you like seeing Dalvin Cook in there as a fullback?
Yes, I did because that created. If you watch what they did, it was a cross motion.
Hold on, he
So
played fullback?
they put him in.
They had him lined up as a
Dang.
fullback
I
because
ain't
then
see
it's
that.
like,
was
what the
next to
fuck am I
Lamar.
looking at?
Because
They're
when
like,
he came in, Justice Hill got the curve.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what he did was he aligned to the left of Lamar almost. They were in a pistol set, so he was
Pistol set,
essentially the
yeah.
fullback, the up back, and then
Offset left,
Justice
yeah.
Hill was behind him,
Right.
and he ran cross face like he was just doing like a power, and then Justice Hill went almost like a counter. So it was a double action run. So it made them play honest to it. But that was the first time he stepped on the field. But his first carry going for 20, I was like, okay, here we go.
Yep.
But I said he would get, we talked about it, like 4 to 6 carries, be happy with just getting him involved. And you can't really count a lot of the no gains at the end because they were stacking box, knew we were just trying to run the clock.
Yeah.
But his first couple of carries, he showed juice. And if you put him in the backfield for Card, let Lamar run the play actions, you got Zay, Bate, and Odell on the outside, you're set.
So actually,
you're going to utilize those.
We have the Chiefs expert here, VD. As a Chiefs fan looking at this Ravens offense, like what player do you want L'Jarius Sneed to cover? Who are you looking for people to kind of cue in on? I guess
it's why it's a kind of an interesting matchup for our defense, right? Because like when we play teams like the Dolphins or the Bengals, where their offense is so predicated off that wide receiver one, I'm never worried because L'Jarius Sneed is like taking his game to another level. I think he's the best corner in the league. You can look at the stats; he shut down every wide receiver one. But the Bengals, the Ravens offense isn't really formulated like that. It's kind of more like the Chiefs, where it's like we're not all leveraged in on a wide receiver one. We kind of have a bunch of wide receiver twos. We have a bunch of good running backs. We have multiple good tight ends. You can kind of pick your spot. So that's why I'm actually really curious to see kind of how Spagnuolo attacks the Ravens, because the last few games we've played have been so reliant on, just take the number one receiver out and then the rest of the defense kind of molds around that. I'm really curious to see what he does here, especially I don't know if Mike Edwards, who's already our backup safety, he got a concussion last week. I'm not sure if he'll play. If it's not him, it's going to be a rookie third string safety, Chamari Connor, who actually played well last week, but he's still a rookie playing in the AFC Championship game. So I don't know. I hope you keep Justice Hill on the field because I think he stinks. I don't think he should get a single snap. There's no reason when you have Gus and now Dalvin Cook to even put him on the field. So anytime you put that midget on the field, I will have a deep sigh of relief.
Though, but he was the leading carrier out of the backs.
He's been early in the year. Justice Hill had the fumble problems, and we all got on him for it too. Like it's you can go back and listen to old episodes. Like I'm not going to walk back my take. It scares me at the mesh point with him, but he seems to work with what Todd Monken wants to do very well. In terms of his receiving ability, he can run outside. He can run in between the tackles. He's not like an elite running back by any stretch of the imagination, but like he gets the job done and he's kind of sneaky good. It's almost like I thought so low of him that now he's doing well that I'm like, oh, holy shit, this guy's actually kind of good.
I was saying the exact same thing you were saying, VD, for multiple weeks after, because he had a fumble problem for a stretch of time. And this is when Keaton Mitchell was healthy too. So I was saying I don't want to see Justice Hill touch the ball. I don't want to see him on the field. But he came back and redeemed himself, and he's been productive. He's got juice. He's running hard. He's hitting the hole hard.
He runs hard.
Yeah, he runs real hard, and he's taken advantage of his opportunities. And he's actually, I think, now kind of established himself at. And I know you are a Gus guy, so I think like you're a little bit biased here. Let's be honest.
A little bit. I'm a little
right?
bit biased. I'm a little bit biased, but here's the thing: it's now the end of January, right? This isn't week 6. This isn't week 11. It's gonna be cold. The bank is gonna be rocking. If you're a linebacker or a safety or a corner on the Chiefs, who would you rather tackle? Justice Hill, Gus Edwards, or Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, Justice Hill's the easy answer there.
No, okay, so that's the easy answer, except for the fact that, okay, Justice Hill hits the hole very, very hard. And, remember that tweet a couple weeks ago? Pacheco runs like he bites people.
Yeah, that's how Justice Hill runs.
Justice Hill runs just like that. He's just not the same size. He's like, he runs like an animal. Like he runs nasty. So like, I don't know. Like it does still make me nervous because of the fumble issues he had earlier this season. So like, I do want to see the ball get spread around, but I don't totally disagree with you, but I think
it's kind of like a Justice Hill. Like I don't want him to be the feature back, but I don't mind that he gets carries.
No, yeah, right. I've come around a little bit on him more so. Like but at a certain point this season, I was exactly where you were with what you just said, VD. But with Dalvin in the mix, and like you said, Grant, he had juice, and I do want to see Dalvin get some action because I do trust him. I mean, he's Dalvin Cook, so like I do want to see him feature into the game.
He's still third on my trust list. I did old takes expose myself. I said I was slightly moved by him being on the field, so I was held myself accountable for not saying I was not moved.
I mean, you was being real. You was being real though, Drew.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it is what it is. Like I was.
And I think you was saying. I think you were saying that based off of like, because we know how the Raven Twitter is like.
I saw four FSU highlight videos of him, and it fucking drove me nuts. I'm like,
and then he kept saying
that was annoying.
He Keaton Mitchell replacement, but remember we was talking about like the same shit Keaton could do. Justin can do. You feel what I'm saying? And back to like, I feel like maybe the coaches trust Justice because he came out as the starting running back in the divisional round. You know what I'm saying?
They obviously trust him because not only that, they have him returning kicks, and like they clearly trust him.
And remember, I was saying this at the beginning of the season, like I fuck with Gus Edwards, but I just feel like Gus Edwards don't have that shiftiness, whereas though, like you know what I mean, like to break out that first tackle.
Gus is a straight downhill runner,
right?
If we're in the red zone. If we're in the red zone, it should be Gus every time. That is your short yardage. You need 5 yards on a carry. He's the guy that's going to get you 5 yards every time.
Gus is a one-cut back. He's a one-cut back.
We need like, or the goal line, like this Sunday, I'm pretty sure listen to this, you feel me? Like, we need like a Pat Ricard for Lele in there. You feel me? Like, big boys like Gus Edwards in the backfield. You know what I mean? Or to be honest with you, put Dalvin Cook back there with all the motherfuckers. You feel me? But
Gus Edwards is the guy that everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run the ball, and he'll still get you, 3 or 4 yards on a carry. Like that's
Gus Edwards coming into this season. I'm pretty sure was averaging like 5.1 yards per carry on his career.
I think he averaged like 4.1 or 4.3 yards per carry this year, something like that, and that was his career low. And that's like a good yards per carry for an NFL running back. So,
that's his career low. Wow.
So, as a Chiefs fan, let me give you some of our vulnerabilities, right? Nick Bolton, who's an incredible linebacker, he's playing with one hand.
Why'd you get Nick Bolton? We need to address that. That was part of the Orlando Brown Jr. trade.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was the second round pick you got.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, know that either.
Yep, he is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So you got stuck with that furry freak playing left tackle for you for a couple of years, and now you're stuck with Nick Bolton. So
with his
you're
with his
Nick Bolton
foxtail butt plug hanging out of his ass.
Yo, he still be wearing that shit too, bro. Like that must be like he must be got that as a gift, and he just like you know how sometimes you get something and you just gotta always have it with you. Because I'll be
No,
like,
he likes that shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Orlando
motherfucker
Brown
probably
Jr. is
watching
a fucking weirdo.
Zootopia on repeat.
Yeah, Orlando Brown Jr. is a straight weirdo. I'm a left tackle. No,
I
you're a
met
fucking
him
pro.
when he was in high school, and he was a fucking nerd weirdo.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I guess in a way he kind of shitting on us because he do have a ring right now, but after this season, yeah, you know what's going on, man.
He didn't earn it.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead, VD, with your Nick Bolton. I just needed to throw that out there.
Wait, we love Nick. Nick Bolton he was the foundation of our defense, but he had surgery on his wrist like 4 weeks ago. He's playing with one hand, and he just was not himself last week. He looked slow. There's something going on there. Willie Gay, who's our fast kind of athletic linebacker, he hurt his neck last week. He'll probably play, but if he doesn't, that's not good for us. He's kind of our guy that will be spying Lamar. And then, like I mentioned, our safety, our other safety back there is kind of a problem. But I anticipate the Ravens playing kind of a similar game plan to what Buffalo did, just more effective, running the ball. Lamar killing us with his legs on 3rd and short, being aggressive on 4th and short. Do you guys think this is going to be more like, because it is the two best quarterbacks in the league and the two best defenses in the league.
Yep.
This game could go two ways. It could turn into a shootout, or it could turn into like a 21-17 game. Which way do you guys see it going?
So I'm thinking more
towards
the
the latter.
21-17. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so.
I don't know. I'm different.
I think we're gonna put up at least about 30.
Yeah, I think we're gonna put 28 is what I'm thinking we're gonna put up, but that's more of I think the problem for the Chiefs is gonna be if the Ravens don't turn the ball over or don't do anything stupid, like it's gonna be hard for them to put up points. You know, and that goes both ways, obviously, but like Chiefs defense is very underrated. We had this argument with Grant earlier in the year. Like the Chiefs defense is really what's carried them to this point. Their offense has not looked like the same old Chiefs. And so I think we're going to get into that weird thing where the Ravens know they can run the ball at will on the Chiefs, and they're going to kind of play that time of possession game, you know, look for the long drives that end in, you know, a touchdown rather than going for the quick strike scores. I don't think that, you know, McDuffie's very good too. Snead's very good. I don't think that you're going to get a lot of big plays on that secondary. And so it's going to be, you know, long sustained drives, and that's just going to make the game lower scoring in general. I don't think you're going to get, you know, enough looks to put up 35 points.
The way we kind of played the Bills last week was, and it was kind of risky, but they basically kind of refused to stack the box. They said, okay, if you want to run it for 5 yards a carry, go ahead, but you're not going to get any explosive big plays on us. And they kind of gambled that at the end of the day, Mahomes will just kind of find a way. And when it comes down to late, like our defense will get a stop when we need it. I'm curious to see if they do the same kind of thing. I kind of hope they don't, but I do have a stat here about Patrick Mahomes versus the number one scoring defense, and this includes the playoffs. He's 6-1. He scored 31 points a game, thrown for 320 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. So Chiefs fans, we get this whole narrative a lot. Oh, this is the number. This is the defense. This is the defense that's going to stop us
all year. So
your defense is special. But the big thing with the Chiefs offense this year, we haven't struggled really in between the 20s. We've struggled in the red zone. We used to just be so efficient in the red zone, and this year we've been terrible in the red zone. So we'll know pretty early on how it's going to look. I think if the Chiefs struggle in the red zone against the Ravens, we're kind of fucked. Unless it just puts a ton of pressure on our red zone defense. And when you have a quarterback like Lamar in the red zone who can kill you with the run, you have a good running team, and he can also throw those jump ball. He can throw whatever. It's going to be really difficult to stop that in the red zone. So the key for this game is going to be, can we go touchdown for touchdown? Or if you guys are holding us field goals inside the 20, then our chances of winning basically go to 0.
Yep. So here's a couple things. Last week, one of the reasons that you guys were able to kind of hang with Buffalo and then pull away was Kelsey. So Kelsey and Mahomes. The big difference is we have Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton can take Kelsey out of the game, I think. So I think that's a big differentiator. The next thing is, I saw this as we started the podcast. No team that has ever beat the Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills in the
I sent
playoffs.
that to you
There's
like
one
last
after.
week. Yeah, I sent that to you earlier in the week. But yeah,
Oh, okay. So I just saw it, but so any team that has ever beat they've never won the
they
following
lost
week.
they lost the next game. So
Yeah.
and also I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Taylor Swift. Like I feel like she's ruined the Chiefs. So I don't know. She can't win. No, nobody likes Taylor Swift. She sucks.
We have
on television.
We have an incredible superfan battle between Taylor Swift and Stavi, and I hope we get some content of maybe them together.
Well, I mean, any.
There's no way Taylor Swift allows Stavi anywhere near her, but
He gonna like fuck you.
Here's my response to your. I think I was dead wrong about Kyle Hamilton. I thought he was going to be a bust ever since that 40 time. He's a good player. There's nobody that takes Kelsey completely out of the game. Like, it's been a decade. He can limit him and make him not kill you, but Kelsey's going to get his where he gets his, and it just needs to be in crucial, third downs, big moments. But don't think that Kelsey's going to be like pull a Stephon Diggs and have 3 catches for 17 yards. It just doesn't happen. You can contain him and not let him kill you, but
that's more.
He'll make him work for what he gets.
That's more.
Kyle Hamilton will make him work for what he gets instead of he's not going to go. Yeah.
When I say take him out of a game, I mean Kelsey had 2 touchdowns last week, right?
Yeah.
That's not happening. There's no Kelsey's not putting up 2 touchdowns on Kyle Hamilton. That is not going to happen.
And what I don't know if excites me is the right word, but then you're starting to trust like Marquise Valdes-Scantling or fucking Mecole Hardman or Kadarius Toney.
Dude, okay, so when Mecole Hardman fumbled that ball, I screamed out loud VD, like I'm just screaming VD, like because I'm like, I mean, and it was like I wasn't like laughing at you, I was just laughing like VD thought he got rid of this guy. And in the middle of the season, they trade to bring this motherfucker back, and then this asshole fumbles the ball through the end zone. I thought that he ruined your season.
Me too.
I can only imagine what VD is thinking and what he's doing in this exact moment right now.
The thing about Andy Reid, you live and you die with Andy Reid. So he's addicted to being retarded inside the red zone. He's just addicted to it. And he is addicted. He's such a player's
coach. He fucking loves to sling it.
Oh,
and I honestly think. Oh, go ahead.
Any guy that fumbles the week before, Andy is going to try to force the ball to him the next week. Like Sky Moore last year kept muffing punts. They just kept putting him back there. Like Andy to a fault is a big, like he wants his players to get redemption. And he probably would have still been doing it all year with Toney too, if he was healthy. But I'm so beaten down with Mecole Hardman that I was laughing with you, Will. I was laughing with you. As soon as he fumbled it, I didn't need to see a review.
Yeah.
I said, no, he fumbled it. I knew right away. Like, there's no way.
But I was like, the Bills have gifted you the game here with this fucking the dumbest play calls that.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah,
I think that fumble honestly like bailed out Sean McDermott or whoever made that call on fourth down.
Listen,
like it was
that is
swept under the rug.
The Disney movie fake punt.
It's the least talked about thing ever.
Let's get Damar Hamlin that moment so we make sure he gets the comeback player of the year.
Yeah. If Mike McCarthy did that or anybody else, they would probably be fired. No one's even talking about it. Like
Sean McDermott should be fired.
Yeah.
100%.
The tweet that I saw, sometimes your plane hits the Pentagon and sometimes it crashed in a field in Pennsylvania, was the hardest I've laughed on Twitter in a long time.
Now, I really hope he doesn't get fired, because if he does, Mike McDonald is 1,000% going to be the coach of the Bills.
Why would Mike McDonald do that?
Shut the fuck up. Stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
Didn't he just get a second interview in Atlanta?
Yeah, Mike probably take his ass to fucking the NFC, man.
VD, you and I have the same.
Mike leaving though.
VD, you and I have the same sources on this. Bill's going to Atlanta because he likes the strip clubs there. So, I heard that. I heard him say it with his own voice. Yeah. So, I mean, that's going to happen. But no, I mean, that was a huge bailout for McDermott. That fucking Mecole Hardman fumbled. But I would much rather the Ravens live and die by the Chiefs having to trust Kadarius Toney, Mecole Hardman, Marquise Valdes-Scantling, than let Travis Kelce beat you. Yeah. And so, for me, for the Chiefs, it's all about just Mahomes is going to make one or two plays this game where it's like, Jesus Christ, like why the fuck is it? Like, this guy's not a human being. And you know what's going to happen. Don't let Rashee Rice beat you either. He's clearly like your best wide receiver. But
Marlon gonna play?
Who the fuck knows with him? Who the fuck knows?
Marlon gonna play? Good question.
I think offensively, what needs to be done for the Ravens to secure a win is probably what Lamar did. That's what I loved about him last game the most was he used his legs. Like throughout the season, me personally, I didn't think he used his legs as much as he used to. But during this Texans game, he seemed very comfortable in the pocket, and he would just like it was like no hesitation. When nothing wasn't there, he wouldn't sit there and try to find it. He just took off and made sure that there was some type of yardage gained on that play. Defensively, I think we need to get Mahomes down when we get our hands on him. Clowney 100%. Has missed a few sacks. Oway has missed a few sacks. You know, I think that's going to be the game changer. If we're not getting Mahomes down when we get our hands on him, I think it's going to be a long game.
Yep.
Right, because if you get a free shot at Mahomes and he breaks that sack, he's going to roll out and throw a ball 40 yards downfield across his body and hit somebody right in the chest. Like that's just he's got that.
No, there's no guarantee they're going to catch it, but
but that's what he's done. That's what he's done his whole career. So like, let him keep doing that.
The challenge with Mahomes is like, as a Chiefs fan, we love when teams blitz us. Like he kills the blitz. Like like Fangio was such an idiot. That Miami game, he just kept blitzing, kept killing him. Yeah. But the problem is, it's no matter how good your defensive line is, it's hard to get pressure on him with the front four because he's so evasive and sneaky athletic in the pocket that he I don't know how he's slow. He's not fast, but he just is able to use his eyes and like his body to make people miss so easily. So you're kind of in a pickle where it's like we can't really blitz. It's hard to get pressure on him with our front four. If I was the Ravens, I would almost just sit back and just kind of play super conservative. Don't give up the big play. Force him to be patient because he's not great at it. But I don't know. I'm going to be curious to see how you guys, if you guys blitz him a lot, because I hope you do.
I think Mike McDonald does a great job in disguising the blitz, though. Like he switches it up a lot.
Like I could see Mollett coming off the edge a couple
times. That Texans game,
yeah.
That Texans game, they had no idea. Anytime you're blitzing, like guys coming off, like especially that corner blitz, I feel like you ran it a bunch. Yeah. That same stuff, just Mahomes is gonna recognize stuff better. It's not like going against CJ Stroud, but you can get him. I'm just gonna be curious. The thing about our offensive line too, our interior is good and both our tackles suck. Like are really.
What's up with Tooney? Is he gonna play on Sunday?
Tooney will be a big question.
Strain. They said it's a strain, so he's probably gonna at least try to play. It's going to come down to, I think, like, do you want an 80% Joe Tooney or 100% Nick Allegretti? Nick Allegretti has filled in before. He's obviously not Joe Tooney, but I'm still not really worried about the interior of our offensive line if Tooney doesn't even play. It's our tackles are our weakness. Our tackles both suck.
Yeah, and Van Noy is having a career year, and Clowney's having, a resurgence year like that. They could eat your tackles alive potentially.
And Jerick McKinnon, who's usually our pass pro running back who picks up the blitz, like, at an elite level, he's not playing. So it's Pacheco picks it up well, but he doesn't recognize things as well. And then we got Fat Clyde.
Great first round pick.
And we get great pressure from interior defensive line. So
the real battle I'm looking forward to watching is I can't wait to watch Pacheco run full speed head first into Roquan Smith full speed head first. Like that's just going to be.
He's going to die.
They're both going to kill each other.
Yeah, but Pacheco is going to die. Roquan Smith will
he never dies.
Not going to give up.
He gets
up.
He's
not going to give up. He'll keep getting up and he'll keep hitting Pacheco again.
It's the Madden thing, like the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. It's going to be fun to watch. That's going to be really, and it'll be fun to watch Kelsey and Hamilton. Like there's a lot of fun matchups to watch.
Creed Humphrey and Michael Pierce. Creed Humphrey and Michael Pierce will be a good one.
It's going to be like Ward.
Matabike in your tackles. Yeah. I think it's going to be ugly game is the wrong word, but both teams are going to go down swinging. Like it's not going to be, you're not going to see 24 unanswered points, and you're not going to see,
Hopefully we do, but probably not.
No, probably not. But you're not going to see Josh Allen not hitting Stephon Diggs on that 2nd and 9, and then 44-yard missed field goal deciding that game. It's going to be both teams are going to take their best swing, and best man's going to win. Like it's going to be you're going to get an A game out of both teams, I think.
I got a fun stat for you. The Chiefs are 10-0 when scoring 21 points this year.
But the Chiefs are
not Sunday.
The Chiefs have all 6 of their losses. They've scored 20 or less points and put up 350 or less yards.
And according to Will, that's because of Eric Bieniemy.
Yep. Yeah, it's 100. I mean, I'm just saying. Andy Reid has won 2 Super Bowls. Andy Reid's been a head coach for what, 24 years now, right? I think
close. Someone close to that. Yeah.
Yeah. 20, 23, 24 years.
I think it's 24, 25 years, something like that.
Follow the numbers, VD. Follow the numbers.
Follow the numbers. In the 2 years that he won the Super Bowl, Eric Bieniemy was there, and in the other years, Eric Bieniemy was not there. I think Matt Nagy is more of an issue than people let on to as well.
No, he is.
Yes.
I hate him. You're not
Well,
going to
and
get
hey,
Matt Nagy.
and in the 5 years that Eric Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator, they had 5 games total that they scored less than 20 points. In the 1 year, this year, that Matt Nagy was the offensive coordinator, they had 6 games that they scored less than 20 points.
I guess you're right. It's closed.
I don't know if it's as much Eric Bieniemy being there as it's Matt Nagy being there is the issue.
Or maybe
it's that you.
Who hired him? Who hired him? Because in Grant's world, it's Harbaugh's fault that that the coordinators get hired.
Respect on Grant's name. EDC, really everything Grant laid out this year in the offseason, EDC did exactly. You need to be giving Grant credit. He literally called.
Now we're on the verge of the Super Bowl.
I wonder if maybe this
Grant get a ring.
Has been. I think Grant should get a ring, and maybe that could be arranged. I mean, maybe EDC listens every week, and
he heard me talking about how
I think I'll get a ring before Grant.
He would.
Trippy, you need like I said, you need your own float in the parade.
I think Grant maybe would get a ring, except that he also said that Ryan Poles was smart for trading the 32nd overall pick for Chase Claypool.
No,
yes,
I said
yes. You said you would make that deal.
No, shut up. I said with the upside, I would 100% all day, every day trade a second round pick. I don't care if it's the first pick in the second round for Chase Claypool out of Pittsburgh.
That's not what you said.
To see what he can do. Yes, it is.
No,
that's 1,000% what I said. I said I would trade a second round pick for Chase.
You said 32nd overall.
Let me ask. I love Jerry Jones, and I wish that Jerry Jones is my GM. For sure, it's a direct quote.
Gerald.
No, it's Jarret. It's not even.
Is it
Gerald?
Let me ask the panel a few questions. Did Grant want Zay Flowers? Was Grant right about Zay Flowers?
Well, I mean,
He and Drew are both on that train from the beginning, but Grant especially.
Grant was on Zay early. Grant wanted 03. Grant wanted Odell. Was Grant right about Odell?
Hold on. Will and I wanted Odell before Grant.
Not only that, I wanted Odell last year, and I laid out the entire. I laid out the entire
hanging the table for veteran,
I remember
proven, productive receiver.
Grant and I have been banging the table for Odell and Clowney for 3 years. I met Grant in 2021. No, but I'm saying
I remember that listening to before I came on the show. I remember y'all used to always be saying Odell. I remember.
I'm just counteracting VD's spin zone here of it was not Grant only who wanted Clowney and Odell. It was Will and I were also, pounding the table for both of them. So I'm onto your games, VD. I'm not.
Right. Oh, okay. We all agree that Grant was right. I want to hear where you guys think the Ravens offense gives the Chiefs the biggest issues.
It's Lamar running, not even
Lamar running and then running in between the tackles because of that. And then everything is predicated off his legs.
And then you said your linebackers Willie Gay, neck problem. I think Isaiah
Likely creates a big problem for the.
But I think that
Chiefs
all
as well.
I think that's based off of Lamar running the ball. Because I think that, if Lamar
slows down
going on the ground, you're going to have to start, putting an extra 2 guys in the box, and that lets Isaiah Likely go wild. So I think everything was predicated off Lamar's legs.
Well, And like I mentioned earlier, the whole Dalvin Cook thing, like, yeah, I want to see him get action, but Gus is still the guy in there. I want to see us attack the middle of the field. Like with the Nick Bolton thing, and then with Willie Gay being out, you attack Chris Jones. I want to see, run the ball, set up the play action. You're gonna have to draw in because you don't want to attack the outsides. The corners are playing too well. Depending on what's supposed to be like 50 degrees, it's going to be decently nice. We don't have to worry about the super cold, but I attack him in the middle of the field. I go right at Chris Jones, make him beat you.
Did Chris Jones's holdout hurt the Chiefs' run defense this year, BD?
Chris Jones hurts our defense every year in the playoffs. He's a playoff ghost. His holdout hurt our offense more because it didn't allow us to go sign a receiver.
That's right.
So I have a very love-hate relationship with Chris Jones. I hope he shows up, but I can foresee a game here where I think the Buffalo game was the same, where neither team had a single sack. I could see a 0-sack game both ways here.
I think that you're just going to see a handful of sacks. Just these are two offensive lines that have boneheaded plays every once in a while, and I think that the Ravens and Chiefs are much more capable of taking advantage of that. The Buffalo game is weird.
Line.
Weakness is Ronnie Stanley every once in a while pretends like he never played football before in his life.
He played good last week, though.
He did. But
he does that, though. He'll have a really good week. People will tell him he had a good week, and then he'll look terrible the following.
And I like hearing that. He's like, oh, yeah, you think I'm good? Well, watch me do this. And then,
watch this, buddy.
Same thing with John Simpson. John Simpson, every once in a while, you'll catch him blocking air and somebody walking in free. Just for whatever reason.
Careful. That's Trippy's buddy.
John Simpson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, every once in a while, for whatever reason, he just
doesn't John Simpson follow you on Twitter?
Yes, he does.
Oh yeah, he does. Right. I mean, he need to know that though. Like he do, true. But I mean, got one more game.
John Simpson kind of scares me. He's a very angry guy.
But the thing with John Simpson is that it's not even he's a replacement. He's an average NFL guard. Like he's not like an elite Pro Bowler, all pro guy. We're not paying him hundreds of millions of dollars. And every once in a while he reminds you that this is why I'm just like an average NFL guard. And Morgan Moses is a very solid tackle, but he can be beat off the edge. He's not he's getting a little older, getting a little banged up. You can beat him every once in a while off the edge, and it's fine. It is what it is. I hope it's a heavy Patrick Ricard game. There's just that guy is just a difference maker, absolute fucking menace to the defense. I've been kicking and screaming about how great Patrick Ricard is for years, but there are clips from last week of him just playing left, right tackle, dominating. He's just. I hope that if Todd Monken sees Lamar getting pressured too much, that he's not afraid to put Patrick Ricard in every play.
The positive of Andy Reid is if he had a guy like Patrick Ricard, he would score a couple touchdowns a year. The downside is he tries to do the same thing with Nico Hardman. But they should give Ricard his touchdown. They owe it to him.
I agree. He got one earlier in the year, but I would love a playoff touchdown. I need it.
Whoa. No, it wasn't early in the year. It was late in the year.
It was week. Yeah, it was against the Dolphins, I think, right?
We waited
week 17 against the Dolphins.
We waited 17
He got the one hand on it. He just needed one to go get it.
And, I put it in I've already put it in for this week. So that's just, I need another one. I just need as many Patrick Ricard touchdowns in my life as I can get.
Lil Key, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking on some wine right now.
That's what I thought.
Some tequila. Mixed
so
up
wine some tequila.
Classy.
Man.
Classy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What you drinking on, Will? You ain't drinking tonight?
No, I am. I'm drinking my Angel's Envy tonight.
No edibles though, right?
Not yet. I've been trying to push that closer to bedtime. That's a bedtime treat.
See, that's why I wish we did the show on Fridays, Will. I could be over to drink. I can't drink while I'm doing the show because I got to work tomorrow. I'm not trying to be hungover at work. Every time I drink at the Raven game.
So hold on. We got to get to business here.
Score predictions, yeah. Score predictions, jersey picks.
Yeah.
Let's do. You want to do jersey picks first or score predictions or both at the same time?
We should
I'd say we do them
both
both together.
both at the same
All
time.
right.
Yeah.
No, I think we should
No
do it
doubt.
both at the same time. Like we.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we do every week, Jake.
Well,
I feel like you're here most of the time, so we should
No, we
probably-
did it for like the last
Well,
3
you know
weeks.
what,
I like
Drew?
it like that.
Fuck you.
That's uncalled for, Jake.
Show-
But fair.
Showing off the cursed image. It's what I felt like doing. All right. But anyway, yeah. So we'll get into score predictions and all that good shit. I'll go first just because I feel like in
Jake,
moderator
calm
might as well
tonight.
just get up out the way. Jake chilling, man. But anyway, we know what it is. You kind of figured getting through the AFC at some point you're gonna have to get through Mahomes and Andy Reid and all them. It is what it is. It's kind of they're like I even made the allusion to UVD on the Twitter. They're like Clay Davis. You can do all this shit. They can seem like they're dead, but something will come about. He'll hire a fine attorney just to get him out of the worst predicament possible, and then he'll go back to doing what he's doing. You don't dance on a motherfucker's grave until you know he's dead for sure. But that being said, this is the week they die. They ain't gonna die as in like get the ass whooped, but this is the week they lose their AFC Championship game, the third in 6 years. Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. I'm calling my shot 26-19. No, 27-19. Jersey combo, back to the basics. Purple jerseys, white pants.
Okay.
Grant.
This is kind of tough for me. I mean, I of course think that Ravens going to win. They're just too hot right now, both sides of the ball. Special teams is trying to make an appearance. That punt return last week was fucking weird. Like I don't get how the only person that touches a guy up the middle is your punter.
Yep.
But you know, I think that was an anomaly. Defense has just been completely fucking lights out. Like probably more dominant than 06.
Definitely.
And 06 got some high praise. And not quite as good as 2000, but I think the defense has been better than 06. And you got key players that are going to be able to contribute more. You know, hopefully Marlon comes back to feel a little bit better. I think they're going to maybe utilize him more in the slot, kind of bracket Kelsey, using, you know, Kyle Hamilton more inside out and then using Marlon more outside in, looking a little bit more into the zone and then man coverage on like, you know, medium distance, down in distances. I think that we go black on black. I think you make it a murder scene. And I think we're going to win 30-28. I mean, excuse me, 30-27.
Okay. God damn it. 2 weeks in a row, you took my fucking score.
Did I?
Yeah.
Hey, we were close last week.
That's why I had to change mine on the fly because I had the exact same score.
So I was going to say 31-20, or I was going to say 30-28, and then I was going to say the defense was going to make a stop at the end. Chiefs going down to kick the game winner to win 31-30, but defense will stop them. But I'm going 30-27.
All right.
Trippy.
I've been tripping on Twitter all day. You know, I was going with 38-15, but I'm gonna switch my score up. I'm gonna go Ravens 35, Chiefs 24.
All right. And Grant, what do you have for jersey combos?
He said
Or you
black,
said
black.
Black on black.
Oh yeah, my
Dressing
bad,
for a funeral.
my bad. Let me switch my score prediction. I feel like I'm disrespecting my man Mike. Ravens 35, Chiefs 20.
All right.
I'm gonna bring it down a little bit.
What about your uniform?
I'm gonna go divisional, purple and white.
Okay.
I want to go black and black, but I don't see us rocking no black and black. I don't know. Prove me wrong.
We ain't never
hosted. But
if it was a night
time to
game,
pull it out.
if it was a night game, I'd agree. I don't know, 3 o'clock start.
But you can't wear black in the Super Bowl, can you? So
you
this will be
can
the last chance to wear
you
it.
can.
I mean, we wore white and black last time.
No, I mean
I-
black jerseys.
Pants is different though.
You can petition the league. I'm sure that they'd probably consider it. But all right, so for my score, I got 28-17 Ravens. I don't know why that just sticks out of my head. 11 points seems like a lot, but I have faith in our defense and shutting down Mahomes, and I think 28 is a fair number. Just with how the Chiefs struggle to stop the run, and I'm thinking we're going to run it back with purple and black for the jerseys.
Hey,
Me, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, so Lil Key, what do you got for us?
I'm gonna go Ravens 33, Chiefs 23. And I think Kyle gonna get one. He almost got one last week. I think Kyle gonna get his this week.
I like it.
Like I said, I don't think he'll shut down Travis Kelce, but I definitely think that he will contain him. And I think he gonna take one. And the reason I'm gonna give the Chiefs 23 respectfully, just because of Mahomes, but the defense just gonna be able to edge him off and come out on top. And as far as jersey picks, I'm gonna go black jerseys, white pants.
All right,
Okay.
I like it. VD, we need your score prediction, and then you can pass on the Ravens jersey combo or give it. I don't, it's up to you.
Combo we got. I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be kind of a low score. I think it's gonna look pretty similar to this Bills game. I'm gonna go 26-24 Chiefs. And for the jerseys, I'm gonna go purple jerseys with those mustard yellow pants.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yo, not the mustard.
Blasphemous son of a bitch.
I'm so glad
Joan,
you said
on my
that.
sandwich, baby.
Yeah,
Bring
Dave.
them back.
Some of that
Bring them back.
gravy on.
Hey, VD, I don't know why though. They don't like the yellow pants, the mustard
I don't
pants.
know why
but for
either.
some reason, I feel like if they like put like black, because they really supposed to be like gold pants for real. I don't know what type of color they was though, but that wasn't a bad combo.
Want
to
them
me.
back.
That was something different.
Yeah, you heard it. Trippy wants them back. Let's get those mustard pants out and let's.
If we bust out, hold on.
I'll tell you
If
what
we
you
bust
do.
out,
Go get you a pair of white pants.
Those pants look like fucking like AIDS. Look like if your dick got a fucking disease.
Go get you a pair of white pants. Go to your local grocery store. Buy you a jar of Grey Poupon and squirt it all over the motherfucker, and you'll have the same results. I'm just saying.
I think we should come out with like a you know how the Lions got that gray uniform? I think we should come out with like a gray and purplish black with like purple helmets. I think we should come out with something like that.
Yeah.
That would-
So
yeah.
okay, so
Like that purple chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, purple crow, perfect.
I've been wanting a matte purple helmet for a while, but my new graphics guy, we were talking and we didn't do a color rush jersey this year. And typically, if you don't see a jersey combination used for a full year, it means that the reason that they've phased it out is that they're replacing it with something else. If you don't use something, the reason is that if for some reason, like the rules are, you have to basically like eliminate
Phase it out.
something.
Yeah, before you
So I think
replace it.
we are going to next year introduce a new jersey combination. So that's my feeling, and that's why we haven't seen color rush. Even though I did
All mustards.
I did tell everyone today that we were going to be wearing color rush jerseys today. That's obviously a lie.
That's expected combo number 3 out of Will this week.
Yeah.
Bro, what's tomorrow? Thursday? No, tomorrow ain't Thursday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow I may
You have to. You have to do a fourth one.
Yeah, you
Well,
gotta do a full.
tomorrow I
you
might
gotta
I may either do purple white or I may do one that just doesn't exist and see
I
if
think you
people.
should do. I think you should do purple and white.
I might do purple and white tomorrow, and then on Thursday I might do one that it's like one that just doesn't exist at all, and see if people run with it. Because so far every single one's gotten over 100,000 impressions, and people are just like, "Oh shit!"
After the first one, I can't believe people are just like, "Oh yeah, this guy's not lying this time."
Dude, every single time, then the next one, people are like, no, we're doing this one. And I'm like, oh yeah, where'd you hear that? They're like, oh, the Ravens tweeted it. And it's like the Mandela effect. No,
Like
I
called
tweeted
two Chinese delivery places and put them on the phone together. You know,
Yeah,
just go watch them go back and forth.
No, they're just like, no, I saw it somewhere. Like, yeah, you saw it because I tweeted. It's my graphic that you.
But
it's
you
in your
got
head.
you got the Twitter world, the Ravens world going crazy now over that black and black. Like,
Yeah.
if the Ravens don't come out with that black and black, bro, you know they gonna be bad about that shit, bro. But I feel like they going.
Cassie's in her office, like pulling her hair out, like, God damn it.
But I feel like Grant said, like this their first AFC. I feel like they gonna come out with the original, like purple tops, white bottoms. You feel me?
Yeah. All right, Will, we need your jersey expertise and score prediction here.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go 31-24, and I'm going to go black. I think the people want it. And I really feel like we're going to go purple white in the Super Bowl.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Get ahead of yourself.
We've never worn purple white in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because we were the road team.
We've been the road team. We've been the road team both times.
The first Super Bowl was white, and the second Super Bowl was white, black.
Yeah. So if we're in the Super Bowl, we're wearing purple jerseys in the Super Bowl, 100%. So I think we're going black, and yeah, I think it's happening. So
all right.
31-24, black. And now
right,
so birds here.
Some gambling.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I forgot about the game.
Shit, I'm gonna bet that 31-24.
Hey,
I like that.
Regardless of the outcome, we know this is the real Super Bowl. Like whatever team wins this game is going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Facts.
I don't have anything but love for the Ravens flock, Ravens fans. I love Lamar. I don't think there's particularly a lot of bad blood between the Chiefs and the Ravens like there is like between Chiefs and Bills or Ravens Bengals or Bengals Chiefs. So this feels kind of like stepping into the ring with an opponent you respect, which feels good.
Agreed.
But this is the real Super Bowl. Like, don't let anybody tell you any other way.
It's like a rite of passage. It's like a rite of passage game. Like I feel like the Ravens not beating the Chiefs on the way to the Super Bowl would almost make it like a lesser Super Bowl win. It's like beating the Patriots back in the day. You know, it's more meaningful, and this is the year. Like I'm happy it's this year because this is the worst the Chiefs have looked in a while. So you know you're getting Chiefs have been to 6 straight AFC Championship games. So like. This is the year, like just fucking beat the Chiefs and move on. And like you said, this is the Super Bowl because the Ravens have beat both the other teams that are in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, didn't just beat them, like
beat the shit out of them like badly. So and
I was in attendance for one of those beat downs.
And again, I feel like the Chiefs match up pretty well against the Lions and the 49ers. So this is kind of like I feel like this is the real Super Bowl. I agree with that.
You would have beat the Bills like 48-10 too. You would have walked over the Bills.
Even though this is a Ravens podcast, can I ask what y'all think about the other side? Who y'all got going to the Super Bowl on the NFC side?
I got the Niners.
I think the Lions gonna come out.
I want the Lions.
I'm rocking with the Lions.
Yeah, my head.
I would rather see the Lions.
My head says the 49ers, but my heart says the Lions. So I mean, I would be happy with the Lions winning that game.
Agreed.
And with this
I hate Kyle Shanahan. So
I'm a resident of Northern California. I'll have to hear from every single fucking cocksucking red and gold fan around here.
Bang Niner gang.
Hey, so hold on. Speaking of coaches, hey Dave, while we got you here, have you heard what these two bozos been saying all year about Andy Reid?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing it.
Hearing it. 6 straight AFC championships. Well, okay, here goes Drew on his. It doesn't matter if you don't win the Super Bowl bullshit, but 6 straight AFC championships is fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Drew hates Kyle Shanahan but loves Gary Kubiak. You know, like this guy doesn't know coaches. We've
been over this. He's not a Shanahan guy.
Yeah, he is.
Nope. No, it was that coach before Shanahan that he came from.
No, he came right up that.
His father.
No, it wasn't.
Literally did.
It was not.
But let's be clear. Yeah. But let's be clear. Grant insists that Harbaugh sucks.
No, I said
not
Harbaugh
true.
sucks at in-game management. I said Harbaugh is a great Monday through Saturday coach and a great leader of men, but he sucks in between 60 minutes.
Okay, and so when the Super Bowl matchup is Dan Campbell, a leader of men, and, John Harbaugh, a leader of men, will you walk back this nonsense of, Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan are great? First of all, it's more disrespectful that you put Kyle Shanahan and Andy Reid in the same conversation. BD should probably be fighting you for that.
No. Here's the thing. Kyle Shanahan is Andy Reid, and he will continue to be very good, but he won't win anything until he gets an elite quarterback, just like Andy never won anything without Mahomes.
And be enemy.
Yep.
I could see that.
Damn, that's crazy.
You're such a scumbag.
I had to sneak that. You gave me the opportunity.
What's the thoughts on Sean Smith officiating the game?
Shit.
I don't trust
everybody. Everybody took a deep breath.
Yeah, hold on. Isn't he that dumbass that called that stupid ass passer the Bills game?
Which Bill?
Wasn't that the Bills game last year when he called that bogus ass roughing the passer? I think it was on Oway at the end of the game.
I think it was him.
Wasn't that him? He got a whole bunch of heat for it.
Yeah. So I hate the narrative with Sean Smith online right now. Somebody told me that it was 11 of those 13 games that the road team won they were favored in to begin with. I also don't trust anything Warren Sharp says. Warren Sharp, I said this on PSF, but Warren Sharp has a troubling history with the Ravens in terms of, the Ravens wanted to basically buy his business and have him be like an exclusive Ravens employee. And he said, fuck off. And now all of a sudden he has this axe to grind with the Ravens. I hate the whole breaking news. The NFL wants Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. Nobody wants Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. Nobody likes Taylor Swift except for 13-year-old girls No 13-year-old
Easy.
girls are going to watch the Super Bowl.
That's my princess.
Me too.
Brittany's our queen and Taylor's our princess.
That's right.
Taylor was a Eagles fan until this year, so I don't know. I feel like she's just brought like that loser mentality to your franchise. It's not good.
Well, the idea that the NFL is like, well, we need Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl to get more viewers. The fucking Super Bowl is the most watched program on TV every fucking year. There's like, villagers in like Nepal watch the fucking Super Bowl. They don't need Taylor Swift to get more viewers for the goddamn Super Bowl.
No matter who's in the Super Bowl, it's going to be one of the most watched games ever.
Yeah, and I think a lot of music fans are tuning in this with Usher being the halftime performer.
Well,
they got Usher.
The Ravens Texans game was the most watched game in the history of ESPN this last weekend.
Unless you listen to Mike Florio.
In the history of ESPN. ESPN has been on the air since 1979. So like that had nothing to do with Taylor Swift. So like this whole idea that Taylor Swift is driving the fucking Super Bowl ratings is idiotic. So this conspiracy theory is dumb.
And I just think that a lot of the stats being thrown out are carefully manipulated to make it seem like it's something there that's not really there. I don't think that this is the kind of game that you can fix. I think this is two teams that are too good to fall victim to that anyway.
I agree.
You don't think Sean Smith will play a role?
No, I don't. I think that I don't see him having an opportunity to do it.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not as well.
And like Trippy said, if he does, like I don't think he's leaving that stadium in one piece. So that's the other thing he's got to think about.
Has he called any playoff games this year?
Listen, I'm not doing nothing to him, but I repeat, if he costs us this game, I don't think he's making up the bank. I think a fan is actually going to run out on the field.
Yeah, it's going to be Ronnie from Baltimore.
Who was officiating the Lions and Cowboys game with that call?
Cleet Blakeman.
Oh matter of fact, he did the what game was that? Was that the Steelers game?
He did the Chiefs game where MVS got tackled and they didn't call pass interference.
No, I'm talking about our game though. I think he ref the Steelers game, right?
Yeah, he did our Week 18 game.
Okay,
he did our Week 17 game. He did our Dolphins. He did Dolphins Ravens and he did Colts Ravens. Week 18.
He did Colts Ravens.
Oh,
he did Colts Ravens and he did Dolphins Ravens.
Makes sense.
Those are the two that Cleet Blakeman did. Sean Smith did Ravens Jaguars earlier this year when we went to Duval.
I hope they just let the boys play.
That's another game. That's another game they're talking about. Road team won, but we were favored over the Jaguars. So, does that really matter? That's the whole thing. Is that I feel like people are putting way too much stock in the referee here. This is too.
I feel like we come out and play our game. We ain't got nothing to worry about.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think about Mahomes? I think it was this offseason where they asked him what's the loudest stadium he plays in besides Arrowhead, and he said M&T Bank, and he paid a lot of respect to your stadium and your fan base. How do you?
I think he's right. He's right. M&T is a fucking wild crowd. Arrowhead's a wild crowd. Whatever the fuck they call the Bill Stadium's a wild crowd. Like
Seattle was the other one, I think.
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah. There are places you go that players regularly say this place is fucking nuts. And everybody besides Steve Flacco has said that M&T is a fucking, it's a crazy place to play. So,
well, Steve Flacco is a fucking white trash from South Jersey.
Yeah, Steve Flacco can eat a cock. But yeah,
I feel
Pat,
like
Pat knows what he's walking into.
Yeah, I feel like
he's a smart guy.
I feel like him saying that was that was a Sunday night game. You feel me? And everybody kept saying, "Well, Lamar never beat Pat Mahomes," so the bank definitely was rocking that Sunday night. And I feel like Sunday gonna be even louder just because it's an AFC Championship game, our first ever in Baltimore, and we win this game, we go to the Super Bowl. So I feel like fans gonna be out that motherfucker screaming their hearts out.
The fans were were arguably the MVP outside of Lamar on Sunday.
Yeah,
bro. They kept Drew. Drew and Grant. Remember, Lil Key was there too. Look, remember they kept showing the little shit talk about like the old computer shit, like an era and shit.
Yeah, it's an era.
That shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was hard.
When it first popped up the first time, I thought like it was really a malfunction.
I thought something was wrong. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? But then they started. I'm like, okay, that shit hard. They be coming up with some new shit though. I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna find out this week if Kodak Black is a prophet, because he did release a song like 2 years ago saying Lamar beat the Chiefs and win the Super Bowl. So
Kodak
we'll
Black
see.
behind them chains right now, man. He rooting for us.
Yeah.
Free that man.
And Will doesn't even know who he is. That's the best part about it all.
Will, you don't know Kodak Black?
I know who Kodak Black is. I just don't listen to his music.
Yo, I'm about to say, what the fuck? Come on, Will.
I don't. And I'll tell you what, really, the song that I know is not even a song. It's when he did that interview with Caleb. With Caleb Presley, where he said, "My name's Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white." You know, when he did that.
Yo, I don't know what's up with Kodak. Yo, that man, yo, he
wild.
I love his music though. I
think we need him and Taylor Swift at the bank on Sunday.
Yeah. You know what we need? We need Kodak and Taylor Swift to collab.
No, Kodak's above that.
If everybody had to choose a legend of the game, who would it be?
I'm gonna cop out. I'm gonna go Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, and Jonathan Ogden here. I think you go all four. You know,
all four at one.
The Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, that's your Ravens Mount Rushmore right now, and I think that this is the time to bust them all out. If you only have to pick one, I think you got to go Ray. Just you got a fucking statue in front of the stadium. It's hard to not.
Yeah, I think it should be Ray Lewis and Ed Reed together. Just them two right there.
Where did they go to college again? I forget.
Some school in Florida. I don't remember.
I would say.
You're right, Miami. Yeah, Miami.
I was about to say.
BD's a huge Miami fan, so I don't want to give him.
That's why I like the Ravens.
But we trash
the Ravens have a long history with taking Miami players, so the Ravens I've always had a soft spot for them because they're basically the pro version of the Miami Hurricanes.
So I would say, I would say Ed Reed, Jonathan Ogden, and Ray Lewis, the three Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and so I think you throw Suggs in there because
you got those Suggs in there.
He will be a Hall of Famer.
He will be, but
he's going to be there.
He will be, but if the three Hall of Famers, I'd be totally fine with Suggs being in there. I'm just saying, if it's the three Hall of Famers, you trot the three Hall of Famers out there. I'd be fine if you put Suggs in with them. But if you want to put the three Hall of Famers out there, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going all for it.
They gotta let Jonathan Ogden run out first. You feel me? Get the crowd pumped up.
Yeah.
Then get the Reed.
Then they gotta get Suggs. They gotta get Suggs come out and that. Then get my man Reed.
Then
the grand finale. Ray Lewis were hot in here. Just get the bank pumping.
Shit,
it's
you know
only
what?
Right, bro. Like,
get every Ravens Super Bowl player you can possibly get, except for Shannon Sharp.
And except for Justin Tucker.
Well, right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure like the Super Bowl team's probably gonna be there. They probably gonna be in their little suites. They gonna keep showing them on the little jumbotron, getting the crowd pumped up.
Shannon Sharp is not welcome.
But I ain't gonna lie though, yo. If the Ravens gotta keep showing fucking like every other play, like in between plays on defense, Ray Lewis on the jumbo, just do that. Cause it felt like the bank, like every time they kept showing Ray Lewis, it just felt like the bank got louder and louder.
They fed off that.
What the fuck it was, yo.
You know what I really like? I love seeing Cal Ripken on the fucking sideline. That was nice.
Shriek was fake. Shriek was fake, but it's fine.
Fuck you.
Here's my final question before I gotta go. If the Ravens win the Super Bowl, does James Prochet get a ring? For his contributions.
Mo Stone can get a ring. James Prochet can't get one.
No.
James Prochet's uncle can have one.
I ain't gonna lie. I know James Prochet probably sick as shit right now, man. I know he is.
Yeah, good. Fucking go practice on the jugs machine.
Catch more passes from Joe Flacco with the Browns.
What's up with these bets though, man? Because I got this nice parlay here.
Yeah, let's get him in. Hey, VD, you want to put a bet in?
I looked at it earlier. I think it's gonna be an old school game. I think the Pacheco over rushing yards was like 62. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the Gus Edwards over rushing yards, which was very low. It was in the 40s. I think 42. I don't care what Lamar. I might take the alternate for Lamar rushing yards at like 80. Maybe 100. I think Lamar is gonna run all over us, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna touch right there. And then of course the Ricard. I'll sprinkle a Ricard touchdown. Just
you want that
emotional
in your parlay,
hedge.
or just you want that, or just separate?
Oh, that's separate. Yeah, my parlay is just going to be the 2 running backs. I think it comes out to like plus 290 something. Both running backs, and then Lamar on top of that, it'll probably be like plus 500 something.
Todd,
Okay.
you hear that, Todd?
And then you
All
want
we need is a
you're just
fullback
gonna jump on Drew's
Ricard.
Ricard. Okay, so all right, so I'm not even gonna put that in there, but I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
I got a very similar one to VD. I got 40 plus out of Gus. I got 60 plus out of Lamar. I'm gonna take Likely for 40 plus yards. I still think that he's gonna be the tight end that gets more targets this game.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a Gus anytime touchdown.
Okay.
That's gonna be my 4 legs.
All right. Grant,
Trippy,
you awake?
Actually, yeah, I was gonna say Grant, and then Trippy's probably got like a 14 leg parlay for us.
I'm gonna take. I'm on with the Gus anytime. I think Gus gets it anytime. I think Lamar gets it anytime. I could see Zay over 25, Dalvin over 25, and Likely over 40.
All right, Jake.
Hold on. You said Dalvin 25 plus and Likely 25 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 40.
40 plus. Sorry. Okay.
Jake, what do you got?
All right. Well, we know the situation in California, so we don't need to get into that bullshit. But anyway, he's been scoring. Well, he's scored what 7 touchdowns the past 6 games, I believe, Mr. Likely.
Likely, yeah.
Yes.
I don't think you can go away from that streak, so the streak continues. Give me a Likely anytime tutty. Give me a Gus anytime tutty. Give me a Lamar anytime rushing tutty. 60 plus yards rushing for Lamar. 40 plus yards rushing from Gus.
So you said Gus 40?
Yeah.
Yes, 40 plus.
All right, Trippy, what do you got for us? What have you cooked up in the lab?
All right, this is a cool 10 leg. This
10?
all Ravens. Yeah.
Good God. All right.
When y'all do college tonight, baby.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna put this in, but I might switch it up though. Cause they ain't got Isaiah Likely on there right now. But I like Lamar 50 plus rushing yards, Gus 25 plus rushing yards, Zay Flowers 40 plus receiving, Bateman 25 receiving, Zay Flowers 4 receptions, Odell 2 receptions, Bateman 2 receptions.
Hold up. I'm trying to keep up. Zay 4 plus, Odell 2 plus. Okay.
Bateman 2 receptions.
Plus. Okay.
And then I got Justice Hill 2 receptions.
Hill 2 plus. Okay.
Odell 25 receiving yards.
Odell plus. Okay.
And then I got Gus anytime touchdown. I'm gonna run that back because I had it last week. He ain't score. I feel like he gonna score this week.
That's not a crazy 10 plus. That's not a crazy 10 leg, right?
That's actually that's a achievable 10 leg.
Yeah,
I like it.
So I had a 23 leg parlay on the
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I had a 23 leg parlay on the which game was it?
Keep one. You don't never want to share the bets, man. It's crazy. I like them long legs.
Was it the Chiefs game?
Was it the Chiefs or the Lions? I don't remember. It was one of those two.
I think it was the Lions game.
It was the Lions game. Lions game. Yeah, 23 leg parlay plus 5,500 hit for 1,400.
There you go.
Yeah.
Close us out, Lil Key, with your gambling picks of the week.
I'm gonna go an 8 leg. I'm gonna do Zay Flowers for his over, his line at 46.5. I'm gonna go over for that. I'm gonna do Lamar Jackson for alternate passing yards 175. Zay Flowers for 3 plus receptions. I'm gonna do Gus Aaron Justice at 25.
Hold up. I'm writing them all down. You said 170. Hold on. Lamar was what?
175.
175. Okay, over 175.
I'm gonna do Zay Flowers for 3 receptions. Gus and Justice both for 25 plus. I'm gonna do Lamar Jackson for 2
Hold on.
plus.
You said. Hold on. Sorry. Gus.
Gus and Justice.
I'm gonna start it over for you. I got Zay Flowers, his over for 46.5. That's his line.
Got that.
Lamar Jackson for 175.
Got it.
Zay Flowers for 3 receptions.
Okay.
Gus Edwards and Justice Hill both for 25 plus a piece.
Got it.
I'm gonna do Lamar Jackson for 2 plus passing touchdowns. So at least 2. Lamar for 40 yards rushing. And I'm gonna throw Travis Kelce on there for 40 plus.
Damn, that ain't bad.
That's 12. That's 1,200 in the odds.
All right, and then you could probably get a boost on there too. Probably get like 30 30%, maybe even 50% boost on there too, depending on what book you use. All right.
Yeah, I'm on FanDuel.
That's what I use too. Most of us use FanDuel.
Yeah, we're FanDuel people.
All right, so everybody knows I start all my parlays with Lamar 40+ rushing. I'm gonna go Lamar anytime touchdown. I'm gonna go Dalvin anytime touchdown. I'm gonna go likely anytime touchdown. Likely 40+. I'm gonna go Bateman 25+. I'm gonna go Justice Hill 25+ rushing, and I'm gonna go Odell 25+.
Damn, how many legs that is? 10 leg?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
See, nothing against Odell. I love Odell. Odell just been scaring me lately when it comes to that, like receptions and yardage.
Yeah.
Sometimes he just doesn't get looked at. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
very boomer bust.
Especially like on the betting tip, especially if you try to put like a safe, you know what I mean, like a safe parlay.
Yeah, I like safe bet.
Right.
No, that's why I'm just going 25+ with him, because I think he's good for 2 catches. Now I think 25+ is,
But he hasn't got 25 yards in probably the last 3 games, right?
Well,
no, I think
he might be. Yeah. I was to say, I think the Dolphins
33 against the Dolphins.
So he didn't play against Pittsburgh last week. He had
12
2 catches. Yeah,
1 catch for 12.
One for 12. So if he had another catch, he's right around 25. So I think it's achievable. But
that's what we call MVS. Applebee's.
Now, Lil Key.
Yes, sir.
I typically on any given Ravens game, I'm going to have between 14 and 17 tickets going. So, this is going to be one of many, so I'm not going to sweat this one too hard, but
okay.
So take that as you will. Don't put too much stock in this. Yeah.
FanDuel knows Will by name.
Yeah.
Frequent flyer.
Yeah. All right.
Now, before we get up out of here, we do have a fellow musician on our podcast. So, Lil Key, I don't follow you too much other than meeting you right here. So, I want to give you an opportunity before we cut out to promote whatever you got going on. New jams, any shows coming up, anything of the sort.
The show, man. Well, if anybody want to follow me, you can follow me everywhere on all social medias at BMORelKey or BMORELLKEY. That's on every single social media platform. Stream Who You With. You know what I'm saying? Let's take these Ravens to the Super Bowl. This record Who You With is not just for this year. Like, if you specifically digest that record and listen to it, I didn't name not one player. I didn't talk about anything specifically. So this record can live on pretty much forever. You know what I'm saying? So this is for every season to come. That was my vision with that. So stream that every season to come. I got a album that I'm working on that should definitely be coming out sometime this year. I don't got an exact pinpoint date yet, but it'll definitely, if you follow me or press that follow button once you're listening, you'll definitely see when it's coming. So hey, just keep looking out for me, man. I'm coming for sure.
And Max will have all his links. Max will have all his links in the bio. I'm gonna make bio description. Jesus Christ.
That's right, Max. You handle that shit. Thanks for coming on, VD. Follow him on the Twitter at Visionless Dave.
Yeah, VD.
Is it
Visionless Dave 2? Not Visionless Dave.
There you go. Visionless Dave 2. Fuck it. Follow Lil Key. He already gave you his ads and everything.
At Be More Lil Key.
He gave his ad. Why you want me to repeat it? But anyway,
follow everybody here but Jake.
You know Will.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't do anything on Twitter anyway. All I do is like things. I barely post on there. But anywho, that's the only thing you see is, oh, Jake was on the internet today. He liked the thing. Good for him. But that's going to do it for this week's installment. We'll be back to just discuss this, that, and the other. Recapping the AFC Championship win on the way to the Super Bowl. But we'll see what comes on Sunday. But meanwhile, it's time for me to die.
Zone 32.